Welcome back to our Brazil playthrough, episode 18. I'm just going through here and getting rid of some of these bright red and bright yellow barrels. I feel like they don't fit in very well. We're going to replace them with some rustier barrels. There's a bunch of good ones here. Like this red one. These are a little bit smaller. Let's see. Here we go. Some rusted ones here. Yeah. See, we're good there. Was there any other ones on the map? Like, it's very important that we make stuff look legit. I guess there's a red one right here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, it just feels like those are way too bright and they just don't feel right. So we went ahead and took care of that. Yeah, I think that's all of them. I replaced them there. Yeah. Excellent. So, I think, let's see, we pruned that on the other episode. So yeah, I think we're kind of on cruise control now. Looking at our productions here. Yeah, so we got the 3 big oil pumps. They are sending crude oil to our small refinery. Looks like we caught up on motor oil, and we still got the diesel that we'll be distributing. I guess it doesn't matter if one of these fill up, because it'll start... I suppose it should start throttling into these other ones where we don't have as much. Like I said, we might just leave that on. I think it should be able to keep up pretty well. We'll have to monitor as it goes, but I don't think we're going to need the other refinery. A viewer suggested, and I love this idea, I don't know why I didn't think of it. So yeah, in the previous episode, we decided we're just going to work on pumpkins. So we're having the issue of all these commodities just sitting here, like, and we obviously don't have enough to sell, because there's not a pallet that could spawn. But we can easily, I don't even know why I didn't think of it, come in here and change that to selling. And then that'll get rid of all of those, and they should be clear. Same with this bearing grease. And what else did we have that was showing up? I think some kerosene was on there. We're good on the LP, I believe. Yeah, we go ahead and do that with the grape juice as well. And I think, yeah, the raisins. Yeah, those should clear out for us so we ain't seeing them. And that'll help tremendously to look through, because it's a real nice... Oh, look at that. I think it already updated here. Nice. So we got... Yeah, we ain't gonna do anything with water. We got pumpkins being made, motor oil, apple juice. Oh, nice and clean. I like it. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I appreciate the viewers for suggesting that. It's quite obvious, but like... You know, you don't think of it when you're trying to do everything. I suppose we can just leave those, and then when we turn them back on for our next season, we can switch them back to saving. But that is so much better to keep track of. I love it. Yeah, of course, the motor oil, apple juice. Yeah, we're going to have the apples. Those are distributing, though. So they'll come and go, but it's only one thing you kind of have to ignore, so it's not that bad at all. Excellent! So, we kind of have to, I think we're going to have to, like, start... plowing through the months here if we want to get to the next business, which we're going to do the limestone production. Because really, the limestone sets up the foundation for the rest of the productions that we could get to. And it's actually going to give us some money anyway, because we get access to those piles. Let's go ahead and pop down there. To the mine, yeah, we're not down here. It costs over 2.6 million, so I think we're going to blaze through some of these months. And then we can still take a loan out to get some of it, because we're also going to have to get like a trailer. I know when we were testing all this out, we got a conveyor belt to load, but to do all 3 of these, I think that's going to be a lot of... This ground is really soft, and that conveyor belt gets stuck all the time, so we're going to end up having to use super strength. I don't really want to do that, because it just feels really unrealistic. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get one of those wheel loaders as well, and then we can just load whichever we decide, and then maybe eventually we'll look at the conveyor, but I think I really want to just grab a wheel loader. It's one of the things in the game you don't really get to use a whole lot, so it'd be nice to be able to use it, especially here in a quarry. I mean, this is exactly where you want to use it. And again, once we buy this production, it opens up the foundation to get the cement factory, because obviously we need dirt and lime, and that's what we're going to produce from the lime production here, limestone production. Because lime does get expensive, so we might as well make it ourselves. Just the cost of the tools and the mining equipment. But like I said, we're going to want some more capital before we start going that direction. I definitely probably would like to hit the brick factory as well. And like I said, we can do a project on the map here and rebuild this road. That'd be kind of exciting to do something for the community and get this going. But I don't want it to take forever because I know that it's kind of starting to drag on. We're doing the same things. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start plowing through the months. And then we're going to get to basically the point where we have to sell some motor oil, which we'll sell in June. So actually that's, yeah, it's almost a year. How many more did we have to test out? I wanted to, like I said, do every product. So we got motor oil, we got the paraffin we got to do yet. And then the bearing grease. We might just settle on bearing grease, or we could start doing the gas and do that in bulk. I'm fine with either or, but I do want to see the bearing grease product yet and the paraffin. Of course, the motor oil, we're just waiting for that. So let's go ahead. Ooh, look at that. We got some crude oil coming in. It might actually get really full with 3 pumps like that. Now I might start to see the use for getting a bigger refinery. If we have to, we have to. We did kind of have a little corner that we could put one down for, but let's go ahead a little bit and then we'll see where we're at. All right, we made it all the way to March. We're paying like $5,000 plus in production costs. It's getting quite spendy with those oil pumps. Yeah, so we have pumpkins that need to get delivered to, actually it's our area, so that should be an easy one to do. And then apple juice won't be until August, so yeah, we got a little while. That's a nice profit coming in there though. And then, yeah, motor oil in June. It's finally starting to stack up. It looks like I did switch off the diesel because the pumps were kind of pretty topped up. And now they can focus on the oil, which is great. And I believe a pallet has spawned. Yeah, just one pallet. Almost on another one. We're on our way. We get over a closer look at it. There we go. Look at that. Oil motor. Motor oil tin can. Nice little old school pallet. I think what we should do, let's see, how close are we? We're close to another pallet. We'll let one more spawn and then we'll turn on the paraffin. So that's cycles 18, 12. So we should get a little bit better output with the paraffin. And then we can start to looking at doing the bearing grease as well. Probably should have, like I said, just done one pallet of each, but we're so close on the motor oil. Let another one pop out here before we do that. Did the grapes start growing again, I think? Yes, they did. They are up and about. Yeah, so those will actually, yeah, we got to actually harvest those this month. What we're going to go ahead and sell these pumpkins over at our sale area because that's the best price. So it's going to be pretty easy to do. And then I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll go ahead and get on the grape harvest. I really wish we had our own harvester. We could just buy the pull behind. Although it was, actually we can't afford the pull. That was pretty expensive too, so. Yeah, it's tough to think about. I think what we're going to end up doing here with these pumpkins too, we'll deliver these. Let's see, will any more pop out? Yeah, there's a few more to come yet. How many more do we have left in there? Ooh, a lot. Let's switch these to selling. And I think we're going to end up leaving them on that. Because it's about time we start making that passive. We are going to make a little bit less here and there as it goes through the months, but it is what it is. We're going to start focusing on a new business, so we got to start getting this stuff automatic, and then we don't have to think about it anymore.
the blades. Lands of canvas painted in shades. Golden crops sway in the breeze, bending low on aching knees. Beneath the sun, the labor calls, echoes of struggle through these walls. Ancient rites of this old land, scythe and grip and dirt in hand. Fields of gold and dreams untold, blood and toil in this endless fold. Hear the cries from dawn till night, harvest time in a world of fight. Beneath the stars, the silence speaks, every furrow, every peak. Story of the working man, written in the earth in strands. Whispers of the wind's old song, harvest time we can't be wrong. Grains of hope in our embrace, life's a battle we all must face. Fields of gold and dreams untold, blood and toil in this endless fold. Hear the cries from dawn till night, harvest time in a world of fight. Oh yeah, yeah, in a world of fight. Whispers of the wind's old song, harvest time we can't be wrong. Grains of hope in our embrace, life's a battle we all must face. Fields of gold and dreams untold, blood and toil in this endless fold. Hear the cries from dawn till night, harvest time in a world of fight.
Woo! Another harvest done. What I think we're going to do is we're going to actually take a pause on doing the grapes for a while. So that means we won't prune them. Because I really, like I said, we need to accelerate a few years and we can't be taking the time to stop and do this again every year because it'll slow us down. Because we gotta have to accelerate our income. And yeah, it's just a lot. So we may or may not come back to do. We ran out of fuel. No. Yeah, we were really low. We could stop at the store and get a jerry can. This actually has to get refilled anyway. But I also turned the diesel on to storing at our plant. But yeah, we hardly got any in there anyway. I'll just shut it back off because I was gonna plan on filling over there. Motor oil is getting close. We'll get another pallet to spawn before we end the episode. Also, the apple juice production, we're full unless we move pallets. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to change that to selling as well. And that'll be completely passive. And then we'll probably wait until the sell time to sell the rest of those pallets. We could actually do them at any time, I suppose, but we might as well try to squeeze a few more pennies out if we can. And then we'll just, like I said, we'll produce the grapes And then we'll sell those when the time comes. Or, yeah, I should say the grape juice. This trigger here was still being kind of funny. Let's see if it gets it all in one dump this time. Nope, see, it stopped again. I don't know why it does that. It's really weird. Never seen such a funny trigger. Okay, so yeah, let's go to that production. We got to, yeah, let's switch this to selling. Because this is full, and we need to keep producing, because otherwise we're losing money. Grape juice is on storing. That is activated, so we'll run those. Again, pumpkins are on selling as well. We'll just leave those. And then we're waiting on that to pop out. We'll put this back up in the shed. Again, if we decide that we're kind of done with the grape operation, we can sell all the equipment and sell the vines and the land, I suppose. But I always feel like it might be good to hang on until later on, because it might be a good, you know, palate cleanser if we're going to be doing all these productions, to switch to something more farming again, you know, something different. But if we decide not to, and it just ends up sitting here for a few years, and then I guess we'll just go ahead and sell it at that point. Yeah, we need to run down and get some, we got to get some gas, jerry cans, so we can get our rigid track back. We'll stop at the gas station and fill this up as well in bulk. So we'll stop at the store here, since that's first on the way there. Let's see, yeah, we got the gas can. So how much do we get in here? 100 liters. So it's like, it's not a lot. It's enough, nice to get, you know, enough to get you out of a bad situation. Let's just grab, like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, something, 7, whatever. We'll get these loaded on the bed of the trailer. Ooh, a couple tipped over. We gotta be careful there. They're light, of course, so you pick them by hand. We're not in the field, thank God, so we can at least easily get to our Rigitrack and fill it all up. I thought for sure I was gonna get stuck in between a vine somewhere when I saw the gas meter was low. I just kept pushing it and pushing it, playing with fire. Well, here we are. Like I said, at least we're not in the middle of a field. Helps out tremendously. Yeah, we'll strap them in here. There we go. We'll fill this up at the gas station. This is actually the first time in the series that we have to fill up on gas, so that's kind of nice to have that. Here we go, gas station coming on in. I think we just go right here. I think maybe we gotta get regular gas. Let's back in on this side. Oh, it's filling. I'm just not looking. Perfect. I think, no, it was taken from our gas cans, wasn't it? I think it was. Anywho, let's go back to the field so we can get our Rigitrack out of the ditch here. Here we are. They're stuck out there. I guess we're stuck out there. Coming to the save. Alright, so we should be able to, can we fill right here? We gotta get closer. Let's try it. There we go. She's filling up. Actually, these jerry cans will last us quite a while. I was thinking we were gonna need a lot more than that. That's nice and good. Look at that. Let's get this back to our juice production, and then we'll get the grapes unloaded. Yeah, we'll get this return auto dump if it works. There we go. We are good to go. Apple juice is now producing once again. Are we looking on that motor oil? We'll get that last pallet spawn. 2 more liters. Let's return this item. Done. And then we'll go ahead and get the forklift put back on the front because we'll have to sell these juice here at some point. Yeah, because it probably won't sell until August, and we are in March. And we'll have to do that in the next episode. And we'll get these taken back as well. And we'll have find a nice spot for them. We could probably put them in our garage, huh? Get some good use out of that finally for a change. And we got gas and we need it. You can't go wrong with the jerry cans. I'm actually surprised Giants didn't put that in base game. It almost makes sense to have that, you know? Find a nice spot for him here. On the side, I think. Oops. Yeah, those doors are going to close every time I hit the mouse. We could, let's see. Maybe we should go to the back with these. Otherwise, like I said, it's going to completely trigger the door every time I hit the button. I guess we definitely didn't need to buy all these, but we're good on gas. Start another row here. Yeah. Excellent. Perfect. So I think let's do another final check here. Yeah, let's get that motor oil. It looks like it did start. Okay, shut that off. We'll turn the paraffin on because I want to see that yet, and then we're gonna get to the bearing grease soon enough as well. Yeah, these pumps are doing well. So now we have what, 2 pallets? Yep, 2 pallets of motor oil. Those will sell in June. The paraffin won't be till December and August. Yeah, we'll have to find out. We'll have to sell the last of this apple pallets or apple juice pallets as well. And like I said, I think what we're going to do from here on out, we are kind of going to be cruising through these years. We just had to stop to get the grape production, or actually the grapes taken care of. Like I said, we'll just let them sit on pause, I think, until we may or may not come back to them. If we decide not to come back to them, we'll delete this and probably sell the land. We might get something for the vines if we sell them. But like I said, it might be a nice palate cleanser to all of our Corey stuff that we do to change it up a little bit. Again, we still got to finish our homestead here and get our pool put in, but we have got to get going on a new production, otherwise stuff gets too repetitive. And that's what we're going to do in the next one. We probably actually will go ahead a bunch of months, and we probably will buy the Corey on the next episode, which will be very exciting. We may have to take a bit of a loan out, we'll see. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.